In a previous video, I showed you how I made this bumper from a Jeep Gladiator. I think it was a 2021 or 2022 Rubicon, fit on my 88 Jeep Comanche. I will also link it down in the description, also in the cards up above. But the plan all along was always to install a trailer hitch. So I'm gonna let you know how I did that in this video. After driving around with that bumper for about a year as it was, I really liked it. I was happy with how it turned out. I thought it looked really good, but I needed a little more functionality. However, I do not like how trailer hitches look just hanging down underneath the bumper, just a personal preference of mine. I used to have an old Ford Ranger that had a hidden hitch behind a roll pan, and I thought it would be pretty sweet if I could do something like that on the Comanche. So I started measuring and got to work. These were the brackets that I originally built in that other video for the Gladiator bumper to bolt up to the Comanche. They worked perfectly fine for just holding the bumper, but I didn't want them to be used for anything like towing. Even though I'm not planning on towing a lot of stuff, these things are not exactly the most heavy-duty things in the world. So I knew I was going to have to design something a little bit bigger. So basically, I just redesigned these, but with 1/4 inch thick steel. And a buddy of mine who owns an iron worker, or actually has an iron worker at his job, just folded some for me and then passed them off to me. From there, I just used a cardboard template to transfer the shape of the old brackets onto the new brackets and cut them out. I picked up a piece of 2x2 inner diameter with a 1/4 inch wall that I could use for the cross member, as well as a piece of the same size but seamless that I could use for the receiver, and a couple of other pieces from the steel supply place. The next step was to bolt the brackets in place, get an exact measurement for the cross member, and then cut that down and slide it into place. Now that we're under the truck, I can show you how it's all pieced together. These right here are the side brackets that are bolted to the Comanche frame. This obviously is the 2x2 inner diameter cross member. This piece right here is the 2x2 receiver. Now again, it's seamless on the inside, so the receiver slides right in and out. Put a couple gussets on either side of it. A friend of mine welded all this up for me, and we figured we may as well just incorporate this safety chain tie off right to the gussets. And then that's pretty much it. Goes all the way over to the other side. Same thing as on the other side. Up here I have just a T connector for the trailer wiring, and that is the one thing that I was not able to make work from the JT bumper, because this is the plug right here for the JT bumper. I was hoping to be able to incorporate it right into here so I could just use the plug on the front of the bumper, but as you can see, this is really the highest that I could tuck this cross member up there. If it could have gone up another 1/2 inch, I would have been able to make this work, but there's just not enough room in order to make that work. So I'm going to be able to figure something out, but for right now, I just have regular 4-flat connector, just have it tucked back in there that can be used whenever I'm towing a trailer. So how does it all work on the outside? Again, here's the connector that I was showing you just in the last shot. Not going to be able to make it work right now, but hopefully figure something out. I picked up this hinged license plate cover. I forget where I got it from, but I'll find the link and I'll put it in the description below. But it's spring-loaded, swings open. Again, all I had to do was cut out a hole. There already was a small hole in that spot anyway. I just widened it a bit, and that's where the bumper, or that's where the hitch comes through, and it fits pretty much perfectly. I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. I'll show you how it looks when there's a receiver in there. Ta-da! From underneath, there's plenty of room to slide the hitch pin in and out. And the one main thing I wanted is I didn't want to have to do anything custom for this receiver, because if something went wrong or if I forgot it and I needed it in order to tow, I wanted to be able to go into pretty much any like U-Haul or Home Depot or anything and pick up something that I'd be able to use. So the only thing different about it is it's an extended receiver. So it's a little bit longer than the average one, I think by about 4 or 5 inches. But it is a readily available part, as you can see right there from Curt. I'll put the part number down in the description, so in case you need something similar, it's right there. Final step of this project was to coat the entire bumper with Raptor liner. I know that a lot of people don't like it. I love it. I love how it looks, how durable it is. I had it on a bumper of mine on one of my past vehicles, and it held up great for the 4 or so years that I had it. The hardest part, which I talked about in the previous video where I was building the bumper, is getting all these plastic pieces off. I think the side ones come off pretty easily, but this one in the middle, it took forever. It took like a good half hour just to pop that one off. And I didn't want to have to tape everything off. I wanted to pull everything apart and get it coated as well as I could, just so it didn't look like, I didn't want to see any edges peeling or anything like that. And I was really, really happy with how it all turned out. So that was it. That was my solution for putting a Gladiator bumper and a hidden hitch on an 88 Jeep Comanche. If you have any suggestions for maybe ways I could have done it differently or anything like that, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Always looking for some input on that. And if you need anything, like if you need some rough measurements or anything, I'm happy to crawl under and get them for you. Yeah, just let me know. Leave it in the comments below. Thanks for checking out the video.